Mike Ross and Harvey Specter had to overcome all of the odds. They could have used the help from the Donna. We're going to talk about it here and next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Ooh. I can hear you on the TV.
With the thing.
Let me mute it.
We're just going to do the shoulder thing.
For a while now.
This is kind of a game of chicken I play with people sometimes.
I was in the gym like an hour ago doing this on the elliptical.
Well, I think now we've made it. Thank you all for joining us here for Suits, episode 15, season 6. I'm your host, Steve Kaufmann. You can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann. That is Kaufmann. Most of the name partners aren't here today, or at least half the name partners aren't here today. This is the law firm of Kaufmann, Ike, Brajer, and Hobson.
Yes.
Brajer is here.
I'm here. So good to be back. Sorry I missed you guys last 2 weeks. Nicole Brajer. You can find me all over social media at Nicole Brajer. Awesome to be back with you, Steve. This is awesome.
This is fun.
The dynamic duo.
I wish we were joined by the Donna right now.
I mean, that thing would be going off all night.
Oh, that thing would have had so much to say about our shoulder work earlier.
A lot to say.
I'm not sure the Donna can see.
But this is what I don't get about these Donnas and Alexas and all this stuff. Like, I find it, I'd like it to call it lazy. It's lazy. I don't need someone to do all the thinking for me, all right? Like, my smartphone is enough.
But it's automation and progress, and
it's cool. It is really cool.
And to be fair, this is the first week. This is the first week when we were talking about the Donna that we realized, like, oh no, it's not leading to something. It's literally just going to be a box that's going to replace other assistants.
Whereas,
that's
what you guys thought.
Well, no, last week I thought it was going to be full. It was like step 1 in full-fledged business automation.
Okay.
And replace call centers worth of people, because that. Maybe I just think bigger than Benjamin. Benjamin wants one box, and then he wants to sell the box to a bunch of offices, whereas me, I'm like, no, you should, like, fire whole call centers.
I get that, and I see why you guys might have thought would have turned into this whole thing operating the office, but now I saw the whole, like, Alexa thing from a mile away. Like,
okay.
Pawning. You guys didn't see that at all, or?
No, actually.
That's
I think
funny.
we were too busy joking about how it would be self-aware and a Legends of Tomorrow villain.
Oh, okay.
I think that's where we got, just to catch you up to what we thought the Donna would be.
Yeah.
We were like, wow, this thing becoming self-aware feels like a Legends of Tomorrow villain. Which Earth within the DC universe is Suits, and we decided on Earth 2.
So were you guys watching like a DC comic show right before Suits that made you think?
Nope. That's just where we went.
Yep. Okay. Well, you went there.
Also to fill you in, we have a 3-day rule on shipping here at AfterBuzz TV.
Oh.
So Donna and Benjamin, today is the first day we could have shipped Donna and Benjamin, but we're pretty sure that's not happening.
No. Keep them around.
I'm still sticking with Stu Donna. I think we arrived at Stu Donna earlier. Stu and Donna.
How about like Stud? Because
that's not enough. That's not enough Donna.
No. I see.
Stu Donna or Donna Stu?
No.
Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, I'm not into it. Neither of those. Give me time throughout this conversation, and maybe I'll come up with something more brilliant at the end of our discussion.
We've had Stu's been around. Like, we've had this conversation.
I know.
I'm pretty sure we arrived at Stu Donna.
And as I'm watching him, I'm like, where do I know this guy from? Oh, Suits. Yeah, Suits. Because he's just been at this firm forever.
Yeah,
I love that he's coming into the spotlight. I think he's a great actor, and I love his character, and I think he adds like a really cute, like, fun side to even Donna, almost, you know?
I also love that he brought the realism to the industry, to like the business world, right or wrong, that it's like, no, you're Harvey Specter's assistant. You'll only ever be Harvey Specter's assistant.
And that is not true.
But, like, in the eyes of the people with the money.
Yeah.
That's where he was like, the people with the money who have to spend a lot of this money to make a lot of this money.
Wasn't it heartbreaking, though, to see her defeated for a minute?
It really was, because
because she's always on top of her shit.
Well, to a point where she walked into, presumably this would be the first time she was ever in a meeting for her own affairs. Because before that,
everything else is
she'd be taking notes or helping Harvey,
right, or going into something for the firm, for Harvey, for Mike, for everything other than her.
Like
so
this first time she went into something with her, and she really brought it.
Yes, yeah, and she was super confident, and I like any woman that would hurt, right? Any guy like putting us down behind our backs with his pal. I mean, but to not see how great of a person she is, that we all see, and for someone, you know, that was like a shocker, I feel, to a lot of the audience to hear those two guys say that about her.
Because of all the reckless speculation I had done about the Donna, that was the one I never arrived at. It's like, oh, no one will ever take her seriously, because we all have this big, optimistic American dream of entrepreneurship that it's no, but my product is so good.
Yes.
Whereas like sometimes you need that harshness of like, your product is okay.
Right.
Like I'll even say that it's that's the Kaufmann.
Yes, it is. That's you. It's the echo. That's the Kaufmann.
That's the Kaufmann. I told you to not push play on the Kaufmann.
Sorry. We secretly have a Kaufmann device here in studio. It's in the works, and it's actually the only partners on it are us.
I want to
anyway.
I want to do all the after shows.
Just
and
you.
The Kaufmann is the only way.
Oh man,
they're audio only. But when the Kaufmann becomes self-aware.
Do you think that this is literally we're just gonna have our own? This is the future. Like Suits is giving us the future of.
Well, I mean, that's the creepiness of something like the Donna or even Alexa
or like remember the movie Her? I'm like thinking of that. I'm a little
The AI and autonomousness will eventually spawn the idea that
I just hope like
because your consciousness really only takes like 15 megs.
Okay.
That's if you compress it. And you have to unzip it, it's a whole thing. But it's a whole thing. But like your consciousness is really only like 15 megabytes.
Interesting. I'm learning something today.
I pulled that number out of thin air, but people are going to quote it now.
Only 5 minutes in and getting derailed. Benjamin is building Skynet, says Lemons and AHN7A6 in the chat.
Well, but see, that's where we normally wound up, which is that Benjamin's building Skynet with the Donna. I like Stu's honesty, and I like where we wound up with this piece.
It's so funny because I'm in love with these three characters the most of anyone on the show, like right now. Donna, always. It's Benjamin. And Stu, anytime Stu comes back in an episode, I'm like, awesome. I almost like want him and Donna to kiss. I always want Donna to kiss someone, but I just love like their chemistry. Guy? Stu.
But like I'm saying, like you want her to kiss everybody. So like the UPS guy, the FedEx guy.
If they had chemistry, yes. I feel like but it's so hard with her because
kiss me as the UPS guy.
But that's why I was that's why I was so like, oh my god, two men actually were like in awe of Donna's like just like amazing presence, the way she delivers, for them to have had something bad to say about them. It almost gave me like also I'm like, oh wow, see, she's not all But
then the heartbreak of the fact that she can deliver a product and the fact that she can deliver in the room means nothing in that world, because to them she's a career legal secretary who only got the meeting because she's Harvey Specter's legal secretary.
Yep, and they verbalized that. So
we'll get into predictions, but it's
okay.
And also, this is the first week of this Donna storyline.
Ooh, teaser.
Bah.
Ooh, give me the chills.
But this is also the first week of the Donna storyline that it didn't feel as absurd as the first 2 weeks.
Do you think this is? This isn't a prediction. This is a question. Do you think this will just kind of though end by this final
do you think it'll end next week?
I think so.
I think.
How long can they play this out?
I think Benjamin's gonna wind up somewhere that Stu brings him, where that's gonna be Benjamin's job, and they have to find.
And Donna will just get a cut.
Donna. Something.
Yeah. She'll just profit.
She'll be a silent partner. She'll be some type of silent partner.
Profit and climb the ladder of success in Donna world.
Hopefully.
Yes, because she needs to feel by the end of all this that she is more than just Harvey's secretary.
Hopefully. Or no, I guess she needs other people to see that.
Yes.
And maybe having a product named after her is enough.
That's a lot.
Or based on her.
Wouldn't you feel pretty satisfied at the end of the day if you were the Alexa or you were Siri?
Well, maybe if the Kaufmann gets out of beta, you
Okay,
need to
well,
fill out those Google forms I keep sending you.
I know. Okay. Anyone interested in investing in the Kaufmann, please email us here at AfterBuzz TV.
But speaking of that absurdity, like for the past 2 weeks, there has been the criticism that a box that's artificial intelligence but is also Donna on a show about lawyers is kind of absurd. But this week it made sense. Like the box hardly ever talked this week.
Right.
That we're literally talking about a box that they're trying to sell at this point. That I really enjoy it.
No, in the beginning, I was like, "What the hell is this? Like, are the writers just not coming up with anything, and they're just like trying to take modern technology and throw it here in suits along with their perfectly modern styled outfits and amazing actors?" But yes, but now, it's starting to tie together, and you made an excellent point, and it's kind of cool, how I think at the end of the day, it's brilliant writing, and it's fun. It adds something to the show that's different that I feel like we've never really seen before.
I was pro the absurdity the last 2 weeks because it's no more than like the pruny level humor of like that just happens on this show. That it's like I'm gonna have a pruny or go mudding or like go to the opera, and like that kind of comedy exists on this show.
Exactly. You gotta.
So Mike and Rachel.
Okay.
Mike tells Rachel he can't do the Palmer case because by doing the Palmer case he would let all those minors, the people who work in mines, not the other kind of miners. They
not miners that I've kept thinking of every time he said the word miners.
My comedy mind.
Mine too.
My comedy mind kept going to every time those miners, those 150 miners, those miners, those
little
miners.
girls. No, sorry, or little boys. Yeah,
I think it's because I think even there was a news story like 5 or 6 years ago where there were a bunch of coal miners stuck in a well, and the news specifically went out of their way to say coal miner every time.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I get it, abbreviated.
Yeah, no,
my comedy.
Not
mind,
everyone has a dirty mind like us. Steve.
Well, there's nothing. Well, if anything, the
dirty
part
comedy.
If anything, the dirty part is the coal miners. Ha.
We're
Other
on
miners
roll here tonight.
Other miners are just yelling.
AfterBuzz TV late night. Okay, so someone in the chat said Rachel and Harvey were fantastic, and that was Nicole Dubose. But
this was them was just wonderful.
Yeah, amazing, so much fun to see. But I mean, this is typical Mike and Rachel behavior to me, and I get why they have to go around each other sometimes to get the job done. But they never not come clean to each other, and they never not have that relaxed talk in the morning or that fight at night. Like, I feel like there's always I appreciate the way that they communicate with each other, and I like that they do things for the other's best interest, and it's purely out of that.
Well, I think their relationship's very strong because of how it started. Because she mentioned this in a different storyline in this episode, which was, but I love him though, so I forgave him.
Right, to Lewis.
That it was this idea that, and there's actually a common thread and a common theme of the two of them is that they go around each other's back, or they fight, or they do something that the other didn't like, and then they talk about it, and then one of them forgives the other.
Wasn't the title of this partnership?
I don't believe so. I believe it was Forgive and Forget.
Forgive and Forget? Okay.
It's
one of those. Sorry, I don't know it.
Should be in the description.
Okay.
I don't have the fancy laptop.
I've got the title as Quid Pro Quo.
Quid Pro Quo.
Wow, we're totally off. Well, yeah, but either way, I feel like we saw, partnership is what stuck out in my mind because we saw that throughout this whole episode with everybody. And the thing about Mike and Rachel is they've had that since the get-go, and we've as an audience have seen it get stronger and stronger through all the bullshit. So it's a shocker to me come the end of this episode that they're both on board to get Mike on the bar. You would think after everything they've been through, they'd almost fight against everything. But it's almost like they're like, all right, we've been through hell and back. We might as well just take this, dive into this one and hope for the best while we're at it. I don't know. Sorry if I'm jumping ahead, but I just really also like that she told Harvey, like, this time you're going to take the bullet.
I talked about it last week where that was a Rocky IV scene where she was like, you need to throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a
good comparison.
There's no scene. There's no scene in Rocky to help me.
Not this one.
But
Great movie.
Of course. I'm trying to think. So he says he doesn't want to be a lawyer, but he clearly wants to be a lawyer, but he wants to help all those miners. So he retracts his case. We're past this.
I'm sorry.
So he retracts his case from he retracts his case for the bar.
Right.
He writes a letter saying I don't want to be in the bar anymore.
Yeah.
So he
Natural for Mike to go back and forth.
So he works at so he has the legal clinic work continuously against the Palmer CEO to get the case, to get the $100 million, $200 million settlement that he's seeking for these people.
Right.
And that's what it takes to do, is for him to give up being a lawyer forever. However, for him to become a lawyer, he could just screw over 150 miners. Okay, that one was funny.
That was good.
Screw.
Yeah,
But-
screw over, screw up, screw.
So he was faced with a high moral conundrum, as he usually is. I thought this was a little fast.
All that happened in one
Because
episode.
him kind of waffling back and forth instead of doing what he wound up doing, which was just kind of telling Harvey, okay, so there's a way for us to have our cake and eat it too. Let's
like we could go back to doing what we've always done. Great, let's do it.
Because like that's
because he wanted to, and it made almost the audience want him to stick to that good Mike. For a second, I wanted it. I was like, oh yay, he's finally learned, and he's gonna be not the breadwinner. Rachel is, and he'll never be a lawyer. Like, to me, I almost accepted that, but I feel like there's, and then there's that other side of me that's like, nah, Mike, do what you and Harvey do best. Like, find a way through everything, and let's get you to be a lawyer. Why would we not? Why would any big Suits fan not want Mike to do this and finally become what he actually is and meant to be and kick ass? So,
but the show has gotten very good at showing those moral conundrums, and then give you Harvey
exactly.
Specter.
And it's so funny that you said that, because like I was even like, when I was getting ready today and like catching up on Suits, I'm like, oh my god, I just feel like the show keeps trying to tell viewers like the reality of the situation is it does come down to money, and people are shitty, and like this is a crappy system, but there are some good lawyers out there who are so good and rich and really trying to get the job done, but it's a battle, and we're seeing that battle. And I don't know, I'm just appreciating the honesty a bit more in this season especially.
I also, in this episode, was very clear that this show always shows you that there's really three paths. There's the right path, the wrong path, and then there's what Harvey Specter does.
Yes.
So
There are a couple of Harvey Specters in this world, right?
There are a couple, but like the idea that there's absolute right, absolute wrong.
Right.
And then there's somebody who just creates kind of their own middle ground. Someone actually created a Dungeons and Dragons form. I meant to retweet it.
Really?
Of just like lawful good, lawful evil,
Did you
lawful
see
neutral.
all the Valentine's Day
saw those.
things
Those
of
were wonderful.
Suits? They were really cute.
Because I'm mentioning it now, I will tweet at Steve
Yeah,
Kaufmann,
I think I feel
K-U-F-M-A-N-N.
like we all tagged each other in it, the hosts. I don't know. I'll find it and tag you guys on Insta.
But the one I'm showing that it's like lawful good, lawful evil, and then it's every character in the show and where they fall.
Yeah, you gotta tweet
So
that.
that like Mike is definitely lawful good,
yes,
and Harvey is neutral. I think he's
middle.
He's not like dead middle, because
Right.
that's Jessica, but like he's somewhere else. Like what Harvey does is, whereas Mike is so good that he only saw two options: was have 150 miners with cancer, people who work in a coal mine, not kids with cancer.
Verifying that for the 20th time
150
now.
coal miners with cancer. You let them walk away with $0, but become a lawyer.
He would never let that happen.
Or fight for 150 coal miners,
And become a lawyer.
but not become a lawyer. Those were the only two, in Mike's mind, because he's so pure.
Yeah.
Those were the only two options.
Yeah.
So the fact that he waffled between those two options instead of doing what Harvey was trying to do all along, which is, no, let's get shady. Let's get weird.
Yeah, that's
Let's talk to some dude at a racetrack.
Well, that's how I love that he pitched that even to Rachel. He's like, "You want to get dressed up and have some fun? Like, And I thought Rachel was going to come in like a black lace dress, okay? I did not think light blue, long sleeves. I know this is not your department, but if Stacy and Tiana were here right now, they would totally agree that she could have sexed that up a little bit more.
I was thinking a yellow halter top myself. But
yellow is a color that's big in this season right now. I was thinking anything but that blue long sleeve pillow dress sack that she was wearing. But she looks gorgeous in anything. Meghan Markle. But anyway, that was literally the most badass thing in this whole episode. Do you agree?
I do agree.
Yeah. And
no, I thought the Donna boardroom was more badass.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God, no way. Totally no. Them, and then all of a sudden the camera cuts to Harvey and he's like behind her somehow sitting and it just ends up there.
Well,
so that was like a movie moment. It was spectacular.
But do those blindsides really happen in real life? Like,
hell yeah, they do. That I want to believe that, and just knowing all that information about who, Mrs. whatever she is. What was her name? I was going to call her Mrs. Robinson. I don't know
Her name was
what to
Miss
call her.
Cromwell. I did not catch her first name.
I think
feel like
I
it's
did
Vanessa.
actually.
Vanessa is my guess, but
it would be Vanessa.
But essentially, she's a headhunter who's
right.
Actually just sleeping with men.
A lot of them.
Sleeping with a lot of men to steal company secrets from whatever company those men work at.
Right.
Which is
Miss Cromwell.
It's some nice work if you can get it, I guess.
Maybe in my late 40s, early 50s, if I'm...
We're already planning this?
Yeah.
We're already...
well, I was looking and said, that's not too bad of an idea.
No, corporate espionage, a little mild treason.
I loved it, though. To get back to it, I just love the way that Harvey pitched it to her. I love that Rachel was gung-ho. She didn't think twice. Usually we sometimes get a whiny Rachel, but I feel like... especially this whole season, she's been owning it.
I feel like they've been kind of listening to it because I remember that years ago we used to be so harsh on Rachel.
I know.
Like I don't want to say they've listened to us as much as they say
it's all AfterBuzz TV.
As much as I could say they listen to the fans that feel that way, but I do think that
they listen to the fans. I don't know if you guys talked about this while I was gone, or if any of you guys saw my tweet, but the creator of Suits, stopped me on my way into work and was like, hey, are you Nicole? I watched the show. I just wanted to let you know. I tune in every now and then, and I think you guys are great. And I was just like, oh my God, thank you so much. Really, really cool. So thank you so much for watching to Aaron and the show producers and creators. I'm really sad that we have one episode left. But anyway, little fun story. We're back to Rachel. Well, yes, we discredited Rachel, and now I feel like she's kick-ass badass, and maybe it has to do with something about her personal life, that she's dating a royal, but who knows?
Well, I'm sure that puts a lot more eyeballs on this show, and a lot more 100%. And from what I'm gathering, that's a lot of eyeballs on Meghan that she probably didn't want, at all.
No, she doesn't seem like that kind of person, but it's hard not to even look at her. I don't mind her getting public attention because I think she's a great star. Mm-hmm. I think she's a great actress. She's a good human. But
British press doesn't give you very positive public attention.
And we're any better?
They're 10 times worse. I can say with absolute certainty. But we can get back to that later.
Yeah.
This case was very interesting because it got very complicated because it was tied into Mike waffling. It was tied into Mike's board hearing. Mm-hmm. It was tied into 150 coal miners.
Miners.
That can't even. I don't know how that gets a laugh.
This is carrying the whole episode. I love this. Our AfterBuzz episode.
And it also ties into this CEO named Palmer who seems to have
who is President Obama's brother, by the way. I'm just like, who is this, Obama? He's not our president anymore.
I'm pretty sure that's not my brother.
Okay, B- on that. B-.
I've gotten better grades on this impression.
This is going to be in the Kaufmann device as well.
The Kaufmann does that.
Sorry, I keep going off topic. But what were we getting at with
Palmer? We're just talking about how that Palmer seemed to have everything. Palmer seemed to have everything until the very last scene.
Right. I did not think he was going to cave.
Me either. At that club, I was expecting him to have one more salvo.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, well,
But
actually,
there's new
I have
drama.
this.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was also nice to see Mike in a suit and a tie paired up with, but it wasn't good for you. I just like seeing him next to Harvey, and I liked seeing, oh my God, look, they're back. You know, like the team is back.
Well,
So
that's how this episode ended, was that them being back. And I think in that very TV sense that sometimes characters don't like have a chance to learn and they don't learn.
yeah,
They're both like cheersing to like, welcome back to the bar. And then they have a fun moment of like, you're right, I was a fake lawyer. I was
Right,
never
and
a
you're
member of the New York bar.
exactly, and you're
But, like,
still not.
But like before that, there was the moment where Harvey said, yeah, you have to prepare for your hearing. And he's like, no, it's a slam dunk. And he's like, brah.
Yeah, have I not taught you anything?
Bro, this is episode 15. There's 16 episodes. Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
that's how I heard it. But it was essentially like, if you don't think there's another curve happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not over till it's over.
100%.
And you're not in the bar till you're in the bar.
Exactly. Potato, as Mike said.
Clearly. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a hard road for him.
100. Well, hey, but that's Mike's life in general. Always going to be a struggle. That's what God pitches him and gives him to deal with. And he's the type of person that can. So that's why he's Mike, you know?
Speaking of hard roads,
Yes.
if you met someone and started dating them,
Oh, here we go.
and then they revealed to you that they were married to somebody else, but they had a bi-coastal relationship where they were open for 6 months and not open for another 6 months, but you're in love with this person, so you stay with this person. And then you find out this person is pregnant and it's not yours, but they love you, so you stay with this person. I've described you a very hard road. Now imagine you also, the infamous Mike Ross of Pearson Specter Lit, who was a fraud. Mm-hmm. Something Google will tell you.
Yes. Come on, Tara.
She knew that. The revelation was that Lewis knew before everyone else knew, which was something he had to tell her today. And it escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, my 2 cents. So, here's where I can relate. Okay, I'll go from personal experience for a minute, because I'm not shy here on AfterBuzz TV. I'm dating a guy right now, and I was dating another guy when I met him. And he, like, knew that and, like, accepted it, because in the beginning, when I was...
Dating is different from married, but I'll let you.
Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to just show a little bit of a similarity. And obviously, the new guy I was dating, it kind of bothered him that there was like but once it weeded that guy out and brought the other guy in, I mean, we're still dating now to this point, but I'm saying there was a past. And I think just like Lewis totally won that argument. Lewis was absolutely right to kind of get flustered. I've got Lewis's back. He was absolutely right to get flustered, stand up, point at her, and go, how dare you judge on me when I'm here willing and ready to marry you, be the baby daddy of, when I'm not even the baby daddy of your unborn child that's not even mine.
The daddy of a baby that has a
daddy of the baby, whatever. And just call her out on her shit, because like to maybe be a little bit taken back for a second, but not sit there and digest that, like, Mike was also, like, Mike became a friend. Mike's his friend now. Mm-hmm. Like, there was a lot of points that he made, and I thought he approached it really calm and really, like, honestly, and, you know, like...
Did he expect her to not have a visceral first reaction?
I think he should have expected this reaction, yes, bottom line. He should have expected her, and he did, kind of. He did. I think he was just... With the conversation with Rachel, he was just so hopeful that it would be the way that she pitched it to him. Just like, if she loves you.
I think that was actually terrible advice from Rachel in like the short term. Because didn't Rachel like not talk to Mike for like months?
there was exactly so like
a really long time where they were like
timing is everything.
Like they were passionately in love, and then she found out that he was lying to her, and then they didn't talk.
But then the time healed.
Forgiveness is forgiveness, but like she didn't explain the timeline.
And what was
Lewis.
that line she said to Mike today about forgiveness versus? I'm not sure if I wrote it down. Forgiveness versus like. Don't you remember at the end?
Well, no, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Right, there you go. So
The business wise, which granted they were talking business wise, that makes sense. I do that a lot.
what?
In just in business, that you act and then go, oh, I'm so sorry.
Right.
I'm so sorry I did that.
Yeah.
Here's $1 million because
Not
I
that.
did that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Here's the money.
Right. If you could afford to do that, your life would be very, very different. Could you imagine just being able to shut people up with a couple of bucks?
Have you ever tried? It usually only costs $3.
Just 3? No. Definitely not.
We're derailed. We're in the weeds here.
Yeah. Okay, well, someone said to go back to what we're talking about, with Lewis and everything, she's the one, Tara, that said he can tell her anything, and that's not the case. And Alhan 7A6 agrees.
No, I agree. I think they both
used
lacked
that womanly
I'm not making it.
flip-flop on him.
I don't see people that way. I'm not making it about that. I'm saying
No, men and women do that to each other, okay?
a human told another human, you can tell me anything. And that human went, okay, this is who I am really. And they go, oh my God, you're a monster.
See, and then the guy that I'm dating has gotten pissed off about certain things that I've said, and then and it's like, what, But like, these are natural human reactions from both her and him. They clearly both care about each other. If she didn't care, she wouldn't have walked out. I think she'll come back and reciprocate and be thankful that he told her.
I hope so, because I can't watch Lewis go through this.
No, me either. He deserves to be happy.
And I think there's something to be said about a well-written character, because I think if I had explained the trajectory of Lewis, just the facts, bare bones, to someone who has not seen this show, they would be on Tara's side of like, no, this dude's that's a terrible thing to do. He sounds like kind of a terrible person.
Okay, or maybe a dude, or I don't know, a dude would probably be like, bro, just don't say shit to her. Okay, but a girl gave him the advice to tell the girl the truth.
But I don't think he's able to understand that the truth is
sometimes too much and can be used against you.
I don't like her statement of maybe you shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah,
and
got
I think
pissed at that.
I'm pretty sure she's gonna back down off that. Like, no, I want to know.
You had told me.
I want to know everything, but is there anything else?
Sometimes I say that though, because sometimes I'll say, like, in reality in my life, like even with the guy I'm dating now, like, I'll be like, maybe I shouldn't have told you that because maybe it was too much to tell. Maybe there are some personal things that I should keep to myself, so it doesn't cause conflict or it doesn't make you think any less of me because I made this decision in this moment and you weren't, I don't know.
I think their relationship is very, for lack of a better word, strange. In the sense that, like, everything, like, their timeline isn't happening like most timelines.
Right. Oh, absolutely. This is like a modern family above and beyond.
Like a couple expecting a child, usually dated for years and might be married by now. So this might have been a third date thing. Because I guess if I were Lewis and I were dating, I think that would be like a second or third date thing of, okay, by the way, happy we're still hanging out. We're going to go mudding later, real quick.
Before you asked her to get married and all that and agreed to
third date. This is third date. Just real quick, before we move forward, you need to be able to accept and forgive me. You Googled my law firm. Mike Ross worked there. I knew about Mike Ross for about year and a half before that, and I leveraged that information to get my name on the wall. We still cool?
Doesn't sound very good now that you put it that way. I think it should.
But I'm really regretful.
He didn't have to let her know that he used his leverage.
Yes,
I think that was unnecessary.
But if we're going to be transparent, be transparent.
Okay, then
that's transparency. She was asking for transparency. They were agreeing to transparency.
Right.
And then it got way real. They need a safe word with their transparency.
Absolutely. So it seems, but she's also pregnant and a little bit emotional, which
what
is
if
why
the safe word is safe word?
It's not clever. Not clever. Too obvious. But what I was going to ask, she's pregnant. She's a little emotional. I think she'll come around. I think these two really do care about each other, and I believe in them, and that she'll forgive him, and that's because it's all already over. Like, I relive it, bring it back up, like, you know. I mean, just in terms of like Lewis and having dealt with all that in the past,
The contrarian,
and the ex, and
the contrarian in me wants to take a stand and be like, no, this is it. Where it's like, I know she's likely his end game.
yeah. No, if this isn't working, no, that will never.
If Donna's not Lewis's end game, Tara has to be.
Did you guys talk about Donna and Lewis in real life going and traveling together and posting pictures of it on Instagram?
Not a lot, but I follow them both on Instagram.
Yeah.
I saw those I saw those pictures. It was really cute.
They look like really good friends in real life, but no, I don't see. That's the one person I don't want Donna to make out with is Lewis. I really would rather not see that.
They have chemistry though.
More like humorous, like brother and sister. I wouldn't call that chemistry. I would call that just caring about the other person.
All I'm gonna say is I know Donna is Harvey's endgame, but a cool twist would be that Donna and Lewis.
It would. Oh, and then another punch in the face to Lewis from Harvey. Predictions.
But I think we're actually there.
We're there. That was a good segue.
And now,
You said it laughingly.
TV.
Hey, don't fake a brother out.
Sorry about that. It's late night here at AfterBuzz TV.
All right.
All right, what we think?
So,
Oh.
do you think Mike will be a lawyer by the end of next week?
No.
I do.
Really? By the
Yes.
end of next week? That's
He's-
so soon.
He's clearly getting
I
this case.
hate this. So everything's so fast.
And for
forward
those of
with
you
them.
who don't watch the trailers, watch the trailers. They're right there. But also Anita Gibbs,
kidding.
the thing I've been predicting for 2 weeks, no big deal. Anita Gibbs is going to be on the
Great prediction.
The board. Is going to be on the board that's going to decide whether Mike Ross becomes an actual lawyer or not. I think he's going to find a way to turn her. I think the fact that he got a settlement for he got a $200 million settlement for 150 million for 150 coal miners.
Yes.
See, the extra word coal throws me all off.
Oh God, 100 million miners.
100
No, it's fine.
But no, I think he's gonna flip her, and in turn she's gonna flip the rest of the board, and it's gonna be a
So she's going to be shedding a light on him, and the board is going to. You think the board would actually be against him, and she's going to find some kind of.
I think he's going to turn her, and the fact that he turns her will turn the rest of the board.
Wow.
That it'll be like Runaway Jury, the John Cusack movie, where he goes in and infiltrates a jury so he can overturn a big case for against a gun manufacturer, and his actual job is he went in there and just made them all actually get to vote.
Wow.
Because he knew the jury would decide on right, because that's pure-wise that the system works, your institutions work, and that if Anita Gibbs of all people can vote for Mike Ross,
Right.
then everything works and we all sing Kumbaya. I think that'll happen next week.
That's positive.
Do you think we're not gonna see do you think we're just gonna have to wait till season 7 to see?
Yeah, I do. I feel like there's got to be some kind of cliffhanger. It can't just all be a bed of roses. It never
I think there'll
is.
be a cliffhanger, but I don't think it'll be
Anything to do
that
with
Mike Ross is a lawyer.
being
I think
a lawyer.
I think it might be Palmer feeling. I'm just coming up with this on the fly, but I feel like it's Palmer. Palmer's gonna feel really bad that he got bested, because he doesn't look like someone who gets bested often. And I think once they hire Mike Ross, he's either going to dig up some dirt, or he's just going to lean on some of those 10 clients he already was leaning on and say, they're hiring a fraud, they're hiring a fraud, they're hiring a fraud. I don't care what the board says, they're hiring a fraud, and it's a matter of like a public shaming campaign against him. I might be.
So you think he'll resurface?
I think he'll resurface, and I think the cliffhanger will be all 10 clients are jumping ship because we might hire Mike Ross. So now Mike Ross is an actual lawyer, but Pearson Specter can't hire him.
That's good. I like that. See, I can see that going sour.
I don't see that without extra dirt.
Oh,
like they'd need dirt on Harvey to actually flip those clients.
Right. And
because what we're learning is that it's all about dollars and cents. Mm-hmm. If he's a legal actual lawyer, those clients won't actually care.
All good thoughts. I don't know. I'm all about the cases and the politics of the firm, but I want to talk about the more personal things like Louis and Tara and the Donna.
Get in there.
And the Donna and Benjamin. Like, I just foresee that going great. I think Benjamin's going to have more of a presence in Suits as a bigger character that might, even with the Donna, somehow impact the firm in a good way. And then I also... for Louis and Tara, I want to see the struggle, but I also want to meet the baby daddy. I feel like, where is he? I'm ready for him.
I think we are ready to see this baby daddy.
I'm ready for the drama. Yeah, that's the other spice of this series.
Do you think that's happening next week?
Hell yeah, it's
got. You think we're seeing the baby daddy next week?
Why would we not?
While they're fighting? Yes.
Yeah, we gotta have that in there. We gotta have more than just Anita Gibbs.
Well, yeah, the Tara and Louis need to kiss and make up, or
I just want to
kiss and break up.
Yeah, either or. But yeah, I mean, she's got to get bigger too. I mean, we're seeing a bump in some ways, but yeah, I want like more of that story. I want him. Mm-hmm. I want to see Louis and how he acts around the baby daddy, and if we'll even get there.
When do Mike and Rachel have a wedding?
Yeah, that too. It's like, are they getting married? Or,
it's not next week. We're pretty.
No, maybe we'll come back from the summer with the wedding, because we're gonna first see how this whole lawyer thing plays out by the end of the series season next week. Season 7. Because they always
we talk about this every
coming up.
Yeah, they always, because the summer will be the beginning of season 7. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there's always some sort of time jump.
Yeah,
between the actual whole numbered seasons.
Yeah, there's a time. So we picked up where we left off. Now, new season time jump, right?
I'm pretty sure that's how they do it.
Yeah,
which makes sense because the season runs a whole number, and then there's a time jump.
They would not skip over the wedding.
No, God, no.
No,
that would
I
be
want to see the decor and the fashion. We've been waiting for this forever, so.
Those are also the reasons I'm interested in the wedding.
Why are you interested in the wedding?
I want to know what the groomsman cake looks like.
Yeah.
I want to know who's going to design the tuxes.
Who's going to get drunk and make out?
Well, the bachelor party, like, are they going to go to Atlantic City for the bachelor party? Atlantic City's dead. Are they going to get in a plane and go to Las Vegas?
Yeah, well, Atlantic City's
Are they actually going to shoot in Las Vegas?
By.
I'm a local hire in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Ooh.
But what else? I see Palmer coming back. I see Louis and Tara not surviving next week.
Okay.
I think she's endgame, but I think next week. I like your prediction that the baby daddy comes back. And like I could see them in the opening scene of next week, like everything kind of blows over, and then the baby daddy comes back, and it just gets worse.
Oh God, poor Louis never could catch a break.
Louis is like Charlie Brown of this show.
Yeah,
it's like, man.
Oh man.
He gets to play football, but people keep taking the ball away. But he's
still kind of like the hero and the good guy at the end of the day too. Like you gotta root for him a little bit.
A little bit, but like he was like.
In the beginning, yes.
On the outset, he's not a nice guy, but that's the beauty of a well-written character. Is
I always feel a little bad for him. I really do, because I feel like
we have empathy for him because he's so well written that we're like, but you don't understand Louis like I understand Louis.
Yeah, exactly.
He was in a weird place, and
he's
he didn't have Terry
a hard character not to.
And like
deep
he
down,
was so hurt by Mike, and then he had his own motivations and this and that.
Right.
But do you have any other predictions at large?
I don't think so, other than like Team Harvey and Mike are back, and I want to see more of that. I mean, that excites me. That's what Suits is all about, Mike and Harvey playing off each other.
But if you think Mike's not going to be a lawyer at the end of the season?
No, I don't know. I really do feel like he could be, and it's weird because like who knows what will play out with Louis and Tara? Maybe like she'll end up convincing him to become a father and get his name off the wall. Mike's name goes on the wall, and who the hell knows? You know, that's just crazy.
I think
Rachel's
a better chance having her name on the wall.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing else. I think we've really covered a lot tonight with just the two of us.
I'll bounce
See, if you
back.
told me, I could have queued that up.
These things just come naturally. I can't. I can't keep you up. I tried to sing it.
Nicole, if the people
Yes.
want to tweet that song at you and all their favorite covers of that song at you, where can they find you on the Twitter?
You guys can find me at Nicole Brajer all over the social media world. So great to be back. I don't think I'm going to be here next Wednesday for the finale.
What?
Actually, maybe I can be. Maybe
What?
I can be. I'm flying out to like Miami that morning, but you know what? I'll be here. I take that back. I'll be here, guys.
That was a bit
You
of
can
a-
find me at Nicole Brajer. I lied. That
was a bit of a public humble brag.
I know. Now I have to be here.
Oh my
I have no
God, like, I'm
choice.
such a jet setter.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God,
I think I'm
going
in
to
South Beach that morning, or like whatever.
Miami.
You guys can find me on Twitter almost exclusively at Steve Kaufmann. That is Kaufmann. And I do a lot of shows here at AfterBuzz TV. I tweet about them regularly, including the Oscars this Sunday. I will be covering the Oscars here at AfterBuzz TV.
Yes!
The following Sunday, I'll be covering WWE's Fastlane
Nice.
for the cross section that is into suits, the Oscars. And the WWE, I'm your guy.
Yes, and I'm your fashion police at E. Please watch our episode airing Monday, only on E Entertainment for Oscars Red Carpet Galore with Tim Gunn as a co-host. Okay, bye you guys.
All right, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.